Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, yeah. Yeah. Good evening, Ishwar. Yeah. Okay, fine. So then let's start the session now. In the yesterday session, we discussed about joins, right? We discussed about join. Earlier, we discussed about the joins like inner join, left join, right? Right join, left only, right only. Those join we discussed earlier, right? We discussed that. So a few joints which is not covered by me in the yesterday session. So I'll try to cover that also, right? So just yeah. Good evening, guys. Yeah. So in the yesterday session, I created a join, right? I created the database which was join. So I just need to use that. So I use it, and here in the yesterday session, I created one feature, one table here, which was student. In that student table, I assign a feature as a name and age. And in name, I use records like BBB, CCC, DDD, and EEE. I use that, right? Along with that, along with that, for a name BBB, age was 30, CCC 25. Yeah, just allow me a second. And for DDD, age was 28. And for EE, age was 32. Okay. I created this table, which was student, right? Along with that table, I created a course table. So I need that also. So I'm just going to execute this particular thing. So which will help me to understand the next table, which is course. In that course table, I'm having a two feature, which is name and course, right? I'm having elements like AAA, BBB, CCC, and DDD. Goes as a tableau. Okay. For AAA, R for BBB, for CCC, Hadoop, and for DDD, we are having a tableau here. Okay. In yesterday's session, we discussed about inner join, right? We discussed about the inner join. We know that whenever we are going to consider inner join, it will match records from both table, right? Match records from both table. Okay. We discussed that earlier. We discussed that earlier in the last session. So I'll revise this little bit to you guys. Yeah. So here, okay. In terms of inner join, as you can see here, I need some space here so that I can explain you properly. So here in the yesterday session, I chose select query. In that select query, I mentioned student, which is the table name, right? Which was the table name. Student is a table name. From that, I chose name. From student, I chose age. And from course, I chose course. Okay. And here I chose left table as a student and right table as a course, right? And I use the inner join so that it will match the records, which is common between the two tables. And I apply this join based on the entities, based on those feature, which is common. From student table, we are having a common feature, which is nothing but name. And from course, we are having a name here. So which is a common factor, common features between the two tables. So I use that, right? Yesterday's session, I use that. And whenever I execute this particular line, which give me a matching records, which give me the matching record, right? Whichever the records is common between the two tables, it give me that, right? We discussed those things in the yesterday session. I just keep just revising for your better understanding. And along with that, we use left join, right? We discuss about left join. We know that in terms of left join, if you are considering a left join, okay, we know that it will return all the values from left table and matching values from right table. It will return all the values from left table and matching values from right table, right? Matching values from right table. So here we chose features from students table. We choose a name. From student table, we choose age. And from course table, I chose name. And from course table, I choose course. And here I apply this query. Okay, here in this case, I just use student as my left table. Okay, student it has a left table and course it has a right table. And here I choose the matching elements here. Student.name is equals to course.name. We are having a two features here. Like from student, I'm having a one feature which is name, and from course table, I'm having a name here. So which is a common feature. So I use that way. So whenever you consider left join, it will take all the records from left table, all records from the left table, all records from the left table, and matching records from the right table, matching records from the right table. So yeah, so if I execute that, you can see it will take all the records from left table and matching records from the right table, matching records from the right table. Okay, we discussed that in the last session. Along with that, okay, we discuss about the right join, right? We discuss about the right join. As we know, whenever you are going to consider the right join, it will match all the records from the right table and matching records from the left. Sorry, matching records from the left. We discuss that. Okay, and here I use from student table, I chose name. From student table, I chose age. From course table, I chose name. And from course table, I chose course. And here, my left table, which is nothing but student, and my right table, which is course. And here, I chose a right join so that it will take all the records from right table, all records from right table, and matching records from the left table, matching record from the left table, matching record from the left table. That is the point. So if I just execute, it will give us a dot record, which is thing is in this case, it will take all the records from the right table and matching records from the left table. You can see if you observe this particular right part of this particular thing, it will take all the records from the right table and matching record from the left. So here BBB, CCC, DDD, those are the elements which is matching. So that's why it's showing us, right? This is the thing. Along with that, we discuss about left only, right? We discuss about left only. Whenever you are going to consider the left only, it will fetch that record which is only present in the left table. If you observe this, assume that this is my left table and this is my right table. In this left table, I'm having a record which is present exclusively on left table, which is nothing but EEE, right? EE, and the remaining, right? EEE is that particular record which is exclusively present on the left table. Okay, left table. So here I chose select student.name. So I just take a feature from student table as a name, and from student table I chose age, and from course table I chose a name, and from course table I chose a course. And then here I just consider student table is as a left table and course table as a right table, and we apply left join here, and we consider that, okay, we apply that left join on the matching elements from the two tables. Student dot name is equals to course dot name. Okay, we choose that. Whenever we choose, after choosing that, we identify that there is only one record, okay, which is null. If I apply a left join, which is nothing but course is null in that case. Okay, so yeah, course is null in that case. So I chose that, right? So you can see here, I chose where course dot name is null, where course name is null. So if you execute this or if I execute this, it give me that record which is exclusively present in the left table, exclusively present into the left table. This is the point. And along with that, we discuss about a write only. Whenever you are going to consider write table, write only, it will fetch those record which is exclusively present on the write table. And we know that in terms of the write table, there is only one record which is exclusively present on the write table, which is nothing but AAA. And here, when we apply that, we use student.name or student.name is null. Student.name is null. Or you can choose student.age is null, which will give you the same record, which will give us the same record. You can see it gives that record which is exclusively present on the right table, which is nothing but AAA. That is the point. Now, so let's discuss about the remaining portion as of now. In terms of MySQL, full join not work well. So I'm not going to consider that as of now. As of now, I'm not going to consider that, but we are going to discuss about cross join. Suppose in terms of cross join, basically, if you observe, we are having a how many records here in the student table, which is 4. And here we are having a 4 records into the course table. So ultimately, whenever you are going to consider cross join, it will provide us the 16 record in this case. We are having a 4 records in student table and 4 records in the course table. 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16. So in this case, it will give us the 16 record. 16 possible records. 16 possible record. It will match BBB with the AAA first, BBB with a BBB, BBB with a CCC, BBB with a DDD, and same for CCC with the AAA, CCC with the BBB, CCC with the CCC, and CCC with the DDD. Like that for the remaining also. It will give us the 16 combination, 16 pairs, 16 records. That is the point. So whenever you are going to consider a cross join, we need to focus on one thing. Now, how many rows are there? How many rows are there? Based on those rows, it will give us the combinations. It will give us the record. So now let's dive into the cross join. Just mute yourself. Sai. So I'm just going to use cross join over here. Okay. So how to apply a cross join? So it will return every possible combination of rows from both table, every possible row, every possible combination of rows from the both the table. So I'm just going to consider here in this case, I'm going to mention a select from student table. I'm going to mention name here. And from student table, I'm going to consider age here. And from course table, I'm going to consider name here. And from course table, I'm going to consider course here. After that here, in this case, I am just going to use left join it as students, student, right? And then here in this case, I'm going to apply cross join, and then I'm going to use course. Once I execute this particular line, it will give me all 16 records. It will give me the all 16 record. If you count it, no, it's almost 16. Almost 16. That is the point we need to understand. So if you're having a 4 records in one table, if you're having a 4 records in one table and 4 records in another table, 4 is to 4, 16. It will give us the 16 records. 16 records. 16 record. That is the point that we need to understand. Okay. So we discuss about a self join. Okay. So as of now, we covered left only, a left join, a right join, then inner join. Then we use a left only, a right only. Then we discuss about cross join. These are the important joins that we discuss here. Now, after that, I need to drop this database first. I need to drop this database first. So we know that to drop a database, we need to write a query, which is drop database and database name. In my case, my database name, which was join, So I'm just going to use that as a flow.
Sir, what is the purpose of cross join, sir?
So basically, if you're having a, suppose let's take a small example. It follow a Cartesian criteria. Means what? Suppose if you're having a 4 records in one table, okay. If you're having a 4 records in one table and 4 records in second table, okay, it will match. It will take a 4 here and it will take 4 here. It will give us the 16 records. So in this case, earlier, okay, just allow me a minute. I need to mention that. Yeah. So earlier, just allow me a quick second. I'll just about to explain you one small thing here. So as of now, I'm having a 2 table, right? So I need to tell you one thing. I'm just selecting, I'm retrieving the data from my both table first. So this is my student table. Okay. This is my student table where I'm having a 4 records. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows I'm having here. 4 rows, right? I'm having a 4 rows here. 4 rows. Okay, 4 rows, or let's take a 4 records. Okay. And from course table, I'm having a 4 records here also. Okay. Also, basically, whichever the records that we are having in both table, like we are having the same 4 records in the both table, like 4 rows in the both table. So basically, it will match each and everything. Basically, it will return every possible combination of row from both table. So as of now, you can see here, we are having a 4 and 4. 4 and 4 records from the both table. So 16 combination means if I chose student table, okay, this BBB is going to just think, okay, from a student table, BBB is which is going to match with all records here. AAA, BBB, CCC, and DDD. Then from student table, a second record, which is CCC, which is going to match with all records from the second table, AAA, BBB, CCC, and DDD. So likewise, it will match all records with each other. So I'll tell you one thing, I'm just going to execute this one so that you can see them. So it will match each and every, see here, AAA is going to match with the EE, A match with the DDD, A match with the CCC, A match with the BBB. Like that, the same one. Like that, BBB is going to match with the EE, DDD, CCC, and EE, right? The same. It will match each and every record. So whenever you are going to consider a cross join, it will help us to find out, it will return every possible combination of row from table, every possible combination from the table. Okay. Yeah. I hope this is a little bit clear now. Suppose if you're having a 5 records in one table and 5 records in another table, and then which will give you the total 25 records. 25 records. Okay. That is the basically it follow Cartesian criteria. Cartesian criteria. Okay. Cartesian criteria. That is the point. I hope this is a little bit clear now. Okay. Clear? Okay, fine. So then after that, so now we are going to discuss about, okay, we are going to I think I dropped this database, which is joins. Yeah, I dropped. Okay. So then I'm going to discuss about union. Okay. We are going to discuss about union and union on. Union and union on. Okay. Let's dive into the union first. So Union means what? Basically, union, it will consider only unique pairs, unique values, and it will ignore or it will remove duplicate values. Duplicate values. It will not consider duplicate values. Okay. Along with that, we are having a union all. In terms of union all, it will not remove duplicate value. It will take all the records. It will not remove duplicates value. Okay. So now let's dive into the union now. So now, as of now, I'm going to create a database. So we know that to create a database, we need to write a query, which is create database and database name. Let's take a database name, it as union class. Okay. So now after creating a database, I just created a database here. Created the database. Now we need, once you create the database, we need to use the database. So here in this case, I just need to mention, I need to use a database. For that purpose, I need to mention union underscore class, use union underscore class. Once I execute this particular line, which will help me to use this particular join. Help me to use this particular join. This is the point. Now, let's create a table first. Let's create the table first. As of now, I'm going to create a table. I'm going to create a table. Let's take a table, name it as employees of Mumbai, employees Mumbai. Okay. And here in this table, I'm going to assign some features. First feature, which is ID. And for that, I'm going to mention a data type, it as an integer. Second feature that I'm going to use, which is name. And as we know that name is a categorical data, so we need to assign a data type, it as a varchar. Then after that, I need a more feature. So I'm just going to consider feature it as a department, and department is a categorical data. So I'm just going to mention a data type it as a varchar. Data type it as varchar. Okay. And I'm just closing this table. Once I close this table, okay. Yeah. Table employee. Okay, fine. So I think this table is existing in my table. So sorry. Table already. Okay, fine. Just let me drop this table first. Drop table. I think this database is exists in my system. So let me drop this one. Drop database. I forgot this query, right? That's why it says that database exists already. Right? You can see here. I forgot to drop this thing. No, that's why it's giving me error. So I need to drop a database, which is nothing but union class. Okay. And after that, I'm going to create this database, which is union class. And then union class, I'm using that. And now I created this table. After that, what I'm going to do, once you create the data table, we need to insert some records into this. So I'm just going to use insert into table name, right? In my case, my table name, which is nothing but employees Mumbai. So then I need to use values here. I'm going to add values over here. Okay. So values, let's take a values for this particular table. Okay. First as Amit. Okay. ID, I assign ID as 1, name as Amit. Okay. Let's take a department, it as HR. Okay. Let's take a department as HR. Then second record that I'm going to use for a Priya ID, second ID is Priya, and now I'm going to assign a name it as a Priya. Let's take a department for a Priya as a IT. Then third record that I'm going to use here, let's take a third record, ID as a third, name as a Rohan here. Then after that, I'm going to assign a department as a finance. Finance. Okay. So then after that, I'm going to add more record. So I'm just going to add ID as a 4. Let's take a name it as Neha and department as a IT. Okay. And after that, I'm going to close this particular line. So after that, if I execute this, now if I just want to retrieve the data from my table, which is nothing but employees Mumbai, we need to use select all from my table name, which is nothing but employees underscore Mumbai, right? So once I execute that, it will give me all records over here. It will give me all records. It will fetch all the records from the data from the table. Now I need to create a more table. I need to create one more table. So I'm just going to create a database. Sorry, I'm going to create a table here. So create table, which is nothing but employees. Sorry, employees underscore Delhi. Employees underscore Delhi. Okay. Then after that, I need a feature like the first feature that I'm going to use, which is ID data type as integer. The next feature, which is name, and for that data type is varchar. Okay, let's take a varchar as a 50, and then next feature, which is department, same as this. Just allow me a minute here. Not possible. Department. Okay. Department over here. Data type, let's take a department. Data type it as varchar. Varchar, let's take a 50 over here. So I assign 3 features as of now, and I'm going to execute this one. So now let me ask you one thing, right? So I just created this table, which is employees Delhi, right? So if I just want to see the structure of the table, how am I supposed to check that? Come on, mention that in the chat. Come on, hurry up.
Descriptions.
Yeah, that's correct. DESC and the table name. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Perfect. Yeah, that's correct. Ishwar, that's correct. Mahita, absolutely correct. Yeah, that's correct. Vijay.
Hello, sir. Please disable the chat box, sir.
Sir,
Sorry.
my chat box is disabled, sir.
Okay. I'll do that. Just allow me a minute. Just mute yourself, please.
Yes, sir.
Mute yourself, please. I'm just about to enable the chat.
భయ్యా ఇదా
Monica, just mute yourself, please.
వెళ్ళిపోతావేంటి నన్ను వదిలేసి
Okay. So after that, as of now, I use a DESC and the table name, which is employees Delhi. Sorry. And which will help me to help us to see the structure of the table. So in this case, you can see I'm having a 3 features and I can see the data type, right? For the first feature, data type as integer. For a name feature, we are having a varchar, and for department, we are having a varchar, right? We are having those kind of data types. So now, as of now, we are having we just created the data, we just created a table. We need to insert some records into this, some records. So in this case, I'm just going to use a insert query. Insert into my table name, which is nothing but employees Delhi. And I need some values here. Some values here. So I'm just randomly adding a value. So ID that I'm going to assign it as a 3 for the first record, who is nothing but Rohan. So for Rohan, I assign ID as a 3. and he is from finance department. Okay. And next record that I'm going to assign for Neha. Okay, fourth record. I'm going to assign this for Neha. Okay, and she is from IT department. Okay. After that, next record, which is fifth record, and the name of employee, let's take name it as a Suresh. Okay, and he is from marketing department. He's from marketing department. Okay, then next record that I'm going to use here, sixth record and sixth record, which belongs to Meena. Okay, and he is from HR department. Okay, HR department. After that, so I'm just going to close this one and I'm going to execute this line. So as of now, once I insert the record, I need some query here. So I'm just going to use select all from employees Delhi. So once I run this line, as of now, you can see for Delhi, employees underscore Delhi, for employees underscore Delhi, I'm having a features like ID, name, and department. I need a little bit more space. Just allow me that again. So name and department. So here in this case, ID is 3, name Rohan, is from finance department. Okay. ID 4, Neha, she is from IT department. Suresh, he is from marketing department. Okay. And sixth record, Meena, he is from HR department. Okay. And along with that, earlier I created a table for employees Mumbai, right? Employees Mumbai. So I just if I execute this one for employees underscore Mumbai, I'm having a feature like ID, name, and department. Okay, sorry, yeah. Then ID is ID 1 belongs to Amit, and he is from HR department. ID second, Priya, she is from IT department. Third record belongs to Rohan. Rohan is from finance department. And fourth one, Neha. She's from IT department. She's from IT department. So I find out that as of now. Okay. So as of now, I'm having these two tables. I'm having these two tables. The first one, which is employees of Mumbai. This is my one table, and this is my another one. Employees underscore daily. Okay, so we are having those things. So whenever you are going to consider union, okay, union basically it will give us the only unique value. Union give us only unique value. Only unique values. No duplicate values allowed. Okay. And in terms of union all, it will give all values. Duplicate values present here. Duplicates values are present here. Okay, this is the thing. So we are going to discuss about a union first, which will give us only unique values. No duplicate values are allowed. Sorry, no duplicate values are allowed here. No duplicate values are allowed here. Okay, but in terms of unique value, it will allow duplicate value. Duplicate values are present in terms of union all. So as of now, if you are applying a union function, so in union means it will provide only unique values to us, no duplicate value allowed in that case. And in terms of union all, it will take all values. Duplicate values are present here. That is the difference. That is the point. So now let's dive into the union and union all so that we'll discuss the things here. So after that, okay. So I need to write a query here. So I'm just going to discuss about a union first. Okay, union, right? We know that union which give us the unique records. So here, as of now, I'm having a two table employee Mumbai and employee Delhi, and I'm going to apply union here. So how am I going to apply here? So I just need to mention select. After mentioning a select, I'm just going to choose a name here. Okay, name here. Then comma, after comma, I'm just going to use a department over here. Department, check out the spelling. Okay, yeah. Department, and I'm just considering this from employee underscore Mumbai. Employees underscore Mumbai. Okay. Then after that, here on this particular query, as we know that, right? So I think I missed this spelling. Right, name is supposed to be in this video. So if I just execute this line, which will give us a record like this, right? Select name department from employee underscore Mumbai. It will give me all records. It will give me all records. It will give me all records, right? And same, suppose if I just write, okay, if I write this query, which is, okay, if I choose select department, comma name from employees underscore Delhi, and if I execute this line, which give me department first, right? Department first from employees underscore Delhi table, and name after that, right? So now this will give us the name and department, and second query that we are using here, which will give us a department and name. So now among these two, between these two, I'm going to use a function which is nothing but union. Once I apply a union, which will give us those records which is unique from both table. Unique from both table. It will not allow duplicate records. It will not consider duplicate record. Once I execute this query, which will give us those records which is only unique, exclusive among the two table. So it will give those records only which is exclusive, which is not present in both table. So the thing is, as of now, right, we are having a Amit here, we are having a Priya, we are having a Rohan, we are having a Neha here, and now Rohan and Neha, which is same in the both tables. So it will ignore that. Okay, it will ignore that. And Suresh and Suresh and Meena. Yeah, so you can see Suresh and Meena here. Suresh and Meena, you can see that, right? So it will give those record which is not duplicate, unique in nature. Unique in nature. It will give those records which is unique in nature. Okay, that is the part. So if you are applying a union, it will fetch us those record which is unique in both table. Okay, it's supposed to be unique, right? That is the point of union. Now, on another hand, we are having the next one, which is union on, which will help us to find out duplicate values. Okay, it will take all records. It will fetch all records. Okay, all records. Now here, I'm going to use the same thing over here, same thing. Okay, but instead of union, I'm going to use union all. Instead of union, yes, Sai Prasad. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing your name wrong, right? Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah,
actually, I am after selecting the name and department from the employee Mumbai, I am getting double time. Name is coming very frequently, and
sorry, come again.
the name and department name coming double time and so many times. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, please. Now try. Your screen is not visible to me.
Yes, sir.
I already gave you the access. Just kindly share your screen. Yeah, now it's a little bit visible. Yeah.
Back.
So you can see there is a icon, small icon there on your screen, which is green color, in green color, like share option, right?
Okay.
Just click on that. Then you can share your screen. Yeah. Just show me the main. Okay. Yeah. Now it's visible. Okay. Just can you please scroll it down a little bit? Which query that you are discussing? Yeah, this
Answer.
one. Yeah. Okay. Just write one small thing, right? Select all from employee underscore Mumbai. Just write one query for me. Select asterisk or select all from, instead of 8, just mention asterisk. Yeah. And the table name. Semicolon. Yeah, that's correct. Execute it. Yeah, you're having those, no? Yeah, that's it.
It's coming like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 double time.
Yeah, because when you execute that, or whenever you insert the data, you run that line twice or thrice, maybe just because of that, right?
Yeah. How should we rectify this?
Yeah, instead of, in this case, just type one thing, drop table and table name first. Okay. After drop, don't forget to mention a function which is table. Okay. After drop, just type table. Yeah. Space. Now execute this. Okay, fine. Now go a little bit upward. So where you define table. Yeah, this was this is Delhi, right?
Delete.
Yeah. So just mention Mumbai. Yeah, just create that. Okay, not like that. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Just execute that once. Okay.
Okay. Here only we should.
You can, right?
Oh.
Okay, you just created a table. Now just execute this line. Just if you, yeah, just execute. That's it. Now fetch a record from employee underscore movies. Yeah, that's it. Right now it's, yeah, I think this is clear to you, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Now please stop your screen share. Please stop your screen share.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. So then after that, just mention like in this way, right? Select name department from employees union and select department, comma name from second table, which is employees underscore Delhi, right? So yeah. So then we are about to discuss union all, right? So let's discuss about union all. Okay, let's discuss about union all. So here I'm going to use the same one, right? So I'm just going to mention a query like select name, comma department from employee underscore Mumbai, employees underscore Mumbai. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to use union all. Then I'm going to write a query like select name or select, let's take a department. You can use both. Okay. Department, comma name from employees underscore Delhi. And once you write this, once you run this line, it will give us all records. Okay, Amit here, right? Amit, Priya, Rohan, Neha, finance, right? You can see this is mismatching, right? So instead of that, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to mention this way so that it will match those records in the proper way. So I can see it now, right? You can see here, just because we apply union all here, we are able to see Rohan for 2 times, right? You can see that, right, on the screen, right? Rohan and Neha's records are appearing twice. So whenever you are going to apply a union all, it will take all the records. It will not follow the duplicacy, right? It will allow duplicate value into the table, into the query. That is the point that we need to understand. I hope this is clear to all, right? Any question, any concern pertaining to union and union all, just let me know.
Sir, here we are not mentioning that primary key, na, sir.
No, not now. As of now, we not mention any primary key over here. So if you mention a primary key, by default, whenever you try to insert some record, if that record is duplicate, at that time it throw an error. So I not use a primary key intentionally so that I can explain you union and union all.
Okay, okay.
Okay, fine. So then let's discuss about the next part as of now. So before that, I'm going to clear my screen. Okay. So now let's discuss about wildcard. Let's discuss about wildcard. So I think I'm having a table, name it as a wildcard somewhere. Yes, I'm having that. You can see. So I just need to drop that first. So let's discuss about wildcard, but yeah, wildcard. I'm going to mention, just allow me a minute. Yeah. So as of now, we can see I'm having this database in my schemas. So I need to drop that first. So I'm just going to drop a database name it as wildcard. So once I drop it, you can see that database is now not present in my table. Think, okay, strange. Okay, fine. I think I write, okay, fine. Just allow me a quick second. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, so I drop the database as of now. I drop it. Yeah, now it's not present. So that's why it's giving me error here. You can see that. You can see that. So I'm about to explain that. Just allow me a minute, Nivedita. Yeah, I'll explain that. Just allow me a minute. Okay. Yeah. So I dropped this and now I need to create a database first. So to create a database, we know that we need to write a query, which is like create database and database name, which is nothing but wildcard. Yeah, wildcard. Sorry. Once you create a database, if you refresh the schemas, you can see here this icon over here. If you refresh that, now we can see here wildcard as a database. Now, once you create the database, we need to use it. So use wildcard, use wildcard, use wildcard, so that I can use this database for my better understanding of wildcard. Yeah. Okay, I'm about to explain that, Sanidhi Manikanta. Just wait for a while. Okay, I'm just going to use it. I'm just going to tell you. Just wait for a while. Okay, automatically, whichever the question that you are putting to wildcard is automatically get clear. Okay, so let's just allow me a minute. Okay, all your doubt is going to clear. Okay, so just wait for a while. So now here I'm going to create a I'm going to create a table as of now. So I'm just going to create a table here, and my table name, which is nothing but employees. And here I'm going to assign some sort of features like ID, and data type, I assign it as an integer. After that, I'm going to use a function called auto increment and primary key. So whenever you're going to apply an auto increment function, you can use that along with the primary key. So we know that, right? So now just let me ask you one thing. So which are the different points that you remember pertaining to primary key? Just mention that in the chat. Everyone, just mention that in the chat. I want you to write the important points pertaining to primary key. How many of you remember that? Come on, mention that in the chat. I'm just waiting for your response. Hurry up, come on. Meanwhile, I'll type next feature, which is wildcard. Yeah. So how many of you remember important points pertaining to primary key? Come on, hurry up. Yeah, that's correct. Perfect, Sai. Lakshmi. Yeah, that's correct. Sai Prasad. Yeah, not null. It will not accept null values. Avoid null value. That's perfect. Supraja. Okay, that's correct. Jayashri. Perfect. Meghna, Chandrika, Varshita. Yeah, that's correct. Meghna. Ajay, Kalyan, Ishwar. Perfect. Absolutely correct. Uday, Nivedita, Vaishnavi, Geetika, Bhavya, Priya, Gopi. Yeah, that's absolutely correct, right? Absolutely. Mahita, that's correct. Perfect. Yeah. So I need to create a table first. So I just created the table. Now I need to insert some records into this table. So I'm inserting some values here. Okay. I mentioned insert into my table name, which is nothing but employees. And here I need a data for name feature. I'm just using one feature only, which is name. Yeah, that's correct, Bhavya. Absolutely right. Okay. So then after that, I'm going to insert some values here. After that, I need some records. So I'm going to add some record. Let's take a record. It has Avinash. Okay. Yeah. Let's take another name. It has Amit. Let's take another name as okay, fine. I'll write here only. Amit, Shraddha. Let's take then next record, which is for Suresh. Okay. Then next record for Deepak. Next record for Devanshi. Next record, I need a lot of names here. So just be okay, just don't be okay, don't get it. So yeah, Devanshi, then Dinesh. Then let's take Rishu. Then let's take Rani, Ramesh. Okay, let's take Ramesh first. Then let's take Rani here. Then let's take a next record as for Pooja. Then let's take a next record for Karan. Let's take a next record for Purvesh. The next record, Nikita. Let's take next record for Zoya. Let's take Zubair also. Zubair. Okay. So I added a lot of records here. So yeah. Okay. So after that, once I execute this, and now here I'm going to retrieve the data from my table, which is nothing but employees. So I need to write select all from employees. Once I execute this, it give me all records over here. Like almost I assigned 16 records. Wow, 16 records. Okay, I'm having a total 16 records here. You can see here, right? So now, after that, suppose I am interested in to find out the name of the employees whose name is starting with A. Name of employees. I'm interested in to find out the name of employees which starting with A. Starting with A. So I'm interested to find out a name of the employees which is starting with A. So how to check that how many employees are there in my table whose name is starting with A? So in that case, we need to apply wildcard. What is this meaning of wildcard? So basically, whenever you are going to apply a function like only, with the help of like function, you can apply wildcard. With the help of this particular function, which is nothing but like, you can apply wildcard. So now let's understand this. So I'm interested in to find out the name of employees, which is starting with A. So I need to mention select all from my table, which is nothing but employees. Employees where name like, you need to mention single quote or double quote you can use. Okay, capital A, modular symbol, quote, and semicolon. I use select all from employees, which is my table name. I assign a condition where name like single quote. Inside a single quote, I mention A modulus. This A that you're seeing before modulus, which means we are interested in to find out the name, which is starting with the A, which is starting with the A. Once I execute this particular line, then you can see it give me those records, those employees records, whose name is starting with the A. Whose name is starting with the A. Whose name is starting with the A. Suppose, okay, after that, I'm interested in to find out the name of employees whose name is starting with D. So in that case, what we need to do, we need to write the same one. It's like change, select all from employee, which is nothing but my table name, where name like single quote, mention D and then modulus symbol, single quote and semicolon. Once you run this query, then it will give me those records whose name is starting with D, Deepak, Devyanshi, and Dinesh. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. I hope this first part of a wildcard is clear to you all. Yeah, that's perfect, Nivedita. Absolutely correct. Yeah. I'm not able to understand your question. Okay, Vaishnavi, yeah, that's correct. Charisma, okay. Nagmani, yeah, that's correct. Okay, fine. So then let's see. I'm interested in to find out the names of the names of employees whose name ends with A. Whose name ends with A. Okay, in that case, we need to write select all from table name, which is employees, where name like in single quote mention modulus not followed by that mention A and semicolon. Once you execute that, then you can see, okay, sorry, I think wildcard, okay, strange. I miss here. S, sorry, I miss S, yeah. Okay, so once I execute this, it give me those records, those employees name, whose names ends with A. You can see Shraddha ends with A, Pooja ends with A, Nikita, and so on. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. So I just apply. Okay, I'm about to explain that. Okay, I need some time, Divakar. Just wait for a while. I'll explain all those things, whichever doubt that you are. I'm just going to explain them. Just allow me a minute. Yeah, don't be like that. Okay? Just wait for a while. If you are interested, just apply that. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm interested in to find out the names which contain ESH. Then what we are going to do here, in this case, we need to mention a query like select all from employees where name like in single quote mention a modulus symbol first, then ESH. After that, mention modulus symbol and complete the quote here, and then mention semicolon. Once you execute that, which will give us those records where we are having a ESH into it. Suresh, Dinesh, Ramesh, and Purvesh, right? Those are the names that you're having here. You can see that. Okay. Then what if I'm interested in to find out the names exactly with 5 characters? 5 characters. So then how we are going to apply that? Let's see. In this case, we need to write a query which is select all from employees where name like in single quote, we need to mention 1 underscore 2 3 4 underscore 4 underscore and then colon. Okay, I miss E here. Yeah. Now once I execute this, it gives me those names which containing 5 elements into this. Sorry, yeah, I think how many spaces underscore that I mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fine. I just mentioned 5 underscore here. Okay. You can see I can see those names where we are having a 5 characters into this. 5 characters into this. Yeah. 5 characters into this. This is the thing, right? So then after that, what we are going to do here, after that, I'm interested in those name which do not start names which not start with do not start with names which do not start with model sorry, where I was model A. Okay, I want those names which is not starting with A. Employee's name which not start with A. So how we are going to check that? How we are going to find out that? In that case, we need to mention select all from employees where name not like name not like name not like start with a. Once you execute this particular line, this particular query, it gives us those records which is not starting with A. You can see it provides those records only which is not starting with A. Not starting with A. Not starting with A. This is the thing. This is the thing. Okay, yeah. No, there is no need to write anything into that blank space, Nivedita. Just mention underscore. Okay, 5 underscore. I mention here 5 underscore only in that single quote. Okay, just mention 5 underscores. That's it. Okay, that's it. Then, okay, yeah. So then I'm interested to find out the names that contain both A and J. Names with A and J. So how we are going to find out that? Let's see. Okay, how we are going to fetch that? Let's see. So here in this case, what we are going to do, I need to use a query which is select all from my table name, which is nothing but employees. Then we need to use a where clause where name like, yeah, name like, where name like single quote, inside a single quote, just mention modulus A modulus. After that, we need to mention and. Then after mentioning a and, just mention name like, in single quote, mention modulus J modulus and execute this line. Once you execute that, it will give us those records, names with the A and J into this. I'm having only one name here in my record, in my table, who's consisting, which containing A and J together. Okay, so I'm getting a records put into Puja. So then instead of, okay, so does not, yeah, I already mentioned, no. See, this is the record, right? This is the line, Shivarama Krishna, right? Okay, yeah. So answer of your question is this one. Okay, if you run this line, it will give those record who does not contain, who does not start with A. Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, fine. So then let's dive into the next question. Yeah. After that, I'm interested to find out the names that start with the S. Names start with S. Start with S or ends with I. Ends with I. Okay. I'm interested to find out the names which is starting with S or ends with I. Ends with I. Ends with I. Let me write this S. It has a capital. So I just mentioned capital S here. Here, once I'm interested in finding the names which start with S or ends with I. So how we are going to see that? So in this case, I'm just going to mention select all from my table name, which is employees. Then I need to mention where clause, where names like in single quote, I need to mention sorry, S modulus or name like I modulus. So sorry, ends with, sorry, it's ends with, no. So modulus I. So once I execute this, it gives us those record which is starting with S, okay, or ending with I. Starting with S or ending with I. So this name is starting with S. So this name is also starting with S, and here this name is not starting with S, but it's ending with I. This name also not starting with S, but it's ending with I. So this is the thing that we need to understand. I hope this part is a little bit clear to all. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, fine. Yeah. So then let's dive into the next thing now. Let's dive into the next thing. So we are going to discuss about operators now. We are going to discuss about operators now. Okay. So then the first thing, whenever you are going to consider this one, okay. So just allow me a minute. I need a water. Just allow me. Okay, fine. In terms of operators, first thing that I'm going to consider here, I need a table first. I need a table first. I'm going to use, I need a table first. So to create a table, I'm going to use create table and table name, which is nothing but students. Okay. And here in this particular table, which is nothing but student, I'm going to assign a feature it as ID integer. Okay. I'm going to assign an auto increment function. Along with that, I'm going to use primary key. So primary key. The next feature that I'm going to use, which is name, varchar. After varchar, I'm going to mention 50 over here. Then age it has integer. After that, I need city varchar 50, comma. After that, marks, I'm just going to assign marks here, which is integer. Okay. And after that, I'm going to consider it as a address data type that I'm going to assign, which is it as a varchar 50. Now I need to close this table. So once I execute this line, we know that to see the structure, we need to use DESC. So we use several times. That's why I'm not going to use a DESC as of now. So after creating this table, I need some records into this. So I'm just going to add records here. I'm going to add some records over here. So in this case, I'm just going to mention insert into table name, which is nothing but students. In my case, my table name is students. Then I need to mention name, then age, then city, name, age, city, then marks. Then I need to mention address also here. Okay. I mentioned those things here. Okay. And for after that, I'm going to use the values over here. Values. So the first record that I'm going to use a name. Let's take a name it as Avinash. Okay. Next name, let's take it as next age. Let's take age it as a 21. Then location, city. Let's take a city as Mumbai. Okay. Then let's take a marks as 85. And let's take a location as let's take a location as Navi Mumbai. So then I'm just going to close this as of now. Okay. So then second record that I'm going to use, which is for Shraddha. Okay. Let's take a age, it has 22. Let's take a city, it has Pune. Marks, it has 78. And let's take a location, it has Kothurud Pune. Okay, I'm just randomly choosing locations, so don't worry about that. Okay, so then after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign the next record for Deepak. Let's take age as, let's take a age as the 20. Let's take a location, let's take a city as Nagpur. Okay, and let's take a marks as a 64. And here I'm not going to assign address here, which is nothing but none. Okay, after that I'm going to insert a new record here for, let's take a record for Purvish. Then let's take a age, it has 21. Let's take a city, it has Amaravati. Okay, let's take a marks as let's take a marks, it has 35. Okay, and null. Look, sorry, address, it has null. Okay, sorry. Then after that, I'm going to consider record for issue. Okay, let's take a age, it has 23. Let's take a location, it has Hyderabad. Okay, let's take a marks, it has 55. And let's consider this as Durgam Cheru. Okay, then next record that I'm going to assign here for Sneha. Okay, let's take a age, it has 19. Let's take a location as Thane. Okay, got a marks which is 90. Okay, let's take a address, it has first randomly I'm just choosing Sidco Nagar. Okay, so then next record that I'm going to use here, which is related to Anjali. Okay, okay, Anjali, let's take a age, it has 24. Let's take a location, it has Chennai. Okay, marks, let's take a marks, it has 42. Let's take 82. Okay, and then let's assign a location address, it has Nungambakam. Okay, these are the records that I'm going to insert into my table. Okay. Okay, I think yeah, okay, fine. Colon, I forgot about colon. Yeah. I forget about comma here. Now it's fine. Okay. Once I execute this, I just loaded this, I just inserted the record into my table, which is students. Now here, I'm going to use select all from my table, which is nothing but students. Okay. I run this line. As you can see, I'm having almost 7 records, 7 students records. Now, after that, here I'm going to use, so the thing is, I find out that I need to add a bonus marks. I need to add bonus marks for all students, for bonus 5 marks for each student, Then how am I going to add that? So in this case, I need to write a query which is select name. After that, I need to mention marks. I'm interested to see the marks first. And then after that, into marks, I'm going to add 5 numbers marks into this as a, and I'm going to assign an aliasing name for this particular thing as a updated marks. I'm just going to assign a label or aliasing name it as updated marks. Okay, updated marks. And I'm just considering this from my table, which is nothing but students. Once I execute this, it give me those records. Okay, it will give me all those names, all names for Avinash, Shraddha, Deepak, Purvesh, Vishwan, and so on and so forth. And whichever the marks that they got, I just mention here, and I added 5 more marks into this, and I assign a aliasing name for that as a updated marks. We just perform a arithmetic operation here. We perform arithmetic operator here, arithmetic operation here, right? Arithmetic operations. Then let's see the comparison now. Let's see the comparison now. In this case, I'm interested in to find out the name of a student with the marks more than 60. Marks more than 60. How we are going to find out that? So in this case, I need to write a query which is select all from my table name, which is students, right? My table name, which is students. I need to use a where clause where marks greater than 60. Greater than 60. It will give me those records, those student records who got a marks more than 60. I think, yeah. Where I think sorry, what happened?
Something is wrong.
Just allow me a minute. Marks, select all from students where marks. I did a mistake here. Marks. Okay, now it's fine. Now it's correct. Marks greater than 60. I'm getting those records of the students who got a marks greater than 60. Greater than 60. Yeah. Thank you so much, whoever helped me to understand my mistake. Yeah. After that, yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll discuss that. Okay, just allow me a minute. I'm about to discuss. Okay, yeah. So as of now, I find out the names of the students who got a marks more than 60. Got a more marks more than 60. Then let's see the name of the students who got a marks less than or equal to 50. Students who got a marks less than or equal to 50. Equal to 50. Equal to 50. Create a table student. So the thing is, Jayashri, basically you created the table without mentioning any feature into it. So how it's going to work? So whenever you are going to create a table, don't forget to mention a feature name into it. Okay, that's the basic first part. Okay, and if you're asking in the chat, anyone please reply. Okay, this is not a way, no? You have to be a little bit responsible, right? We are not school guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Perfect, Ishwar. Absolutely correct. Okay, this is not a like you have to be a little bit. You have to think about it, right? This is you are asking in the chat section, which is not a proper way, by the way, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely correct, Purnima, Ishwar. Your answers are absolutely perfect. Good. Yeah. So then here in this case, what we need to do, we need to write a query which is select all from select all from my table name, which is students, where marks less than equals to 50, which is less than equals to 50. So once I execute that, it give me those records. Okay, those students records who got a marks less than or equals to 50. I'm having only one records of Purvesh who got a mark which is less than 50, which is he got a marks which is 35. Okay, so now after that we are having a logical operator. We are having a logical operator. We are having a logical operator. Let's check that. Let's understand a logical operator. We are having a and. We are having a. We are having a sorry. We are having a or. Okay, we are having a and we are having a or. Okay, so now let's dive into this. Along with that, we are having a not also. Okay, so let me add that also into this. Okay, so now here. Okay, so now let's understand. Let's write one. Let's see the thing here. So I'm interested in to find out name of the students, names of the students whose age is greater than 20 and lives in Mumbai. Let me check that. Okay. So how we are going to find out? So in this case, we need to write a query which is select all from my table, which is nothing but students. Okay, students where age is greater than 20 and city is equals to Mumbai. City is equals to Mumbai. Okay. So once I run this line, it gives me that record which satisfying this condition. The first one, okay, a students whose age is greater than 20, you can see this age which is greater than 20, which is nothing but 21, and city that we have, which is Mumbai. So the thing is, whenever we are going to apply a AND function, okay, both conditions supposed to be true, sort of supposed to be satisfied. Then and then only it will give us a record. If one condition is true and one condition is not true, in that case, it's not giving us a record. Okay, that is the one point that we need to understand. So as of now, if any one of these two condition is false, then it will not give us a record. So both conditions supposed to be true, then and then only it will work well. After that, I'm interested in to find out the names of the students whose age is less than 20 and lives in, let me check with the names, cities. Okay, fine. Students with age 20, less than 20 and lives in Nagpur. Okay. So how to apply this? Let's see. So I'm just going to use select all from my table, which is nothing but students where age is less than 20 and sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Age, I'm just considering instead of and I'm just using or, so that, okay, as of now you can see I'm having a Deepak which is belongs to Nagpur, whose age is not less than 20. Okay, which is equals to 20. Yeah, that's right. So I'm just using a or here, or city is equals to Nagpur. So once I run this line, It will give me those records who satisfy the condition. Okay. Think I missed few things here. It's null, no? That's why it's giving me a record. Sorry. Yeah. City as a math tool, is it fine? Yes. Instead of that, I'll. Okay, fine. That's fine. City as an math tool. Because any one condition is supposed to be true. Whenever you are going to apply or function or operators, if any one condition is true, no? Out of both condition, if any one condition is true, based on that, it will give us a response. So as of now, we can see we are having one name, okay, whose age is less than 20, okay, less than 20. This condition is true. Because of that, it giving us the record of Sneha. If you use a and no, then it will not provide you the same. Okay, that is the point. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Padmavati, absolutely correct. Perfect. Yeah, that's correct, Maita. Okay, if you are using a and, then it's fine. Yeah. Now it's correct. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. After that, I just want to find out the difference between, like, I need to understand the concept of between, in and like. In and like. So now apply this. Now let's understand how we are going to use between, in and like. Between, in and like. This is the thing. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, that's correct, Vaishnavi. Yeah, correct, Padmavati. Thank you for giving a response to Vaishnavi. Yeah. Okay, fine. So let's discuss about this one. So I just want to find out the students who got the marks between 60 and, let's take 80. Marks between 60 and 80. So in this case, I need to write select all from students, select all from students, select all from students where marks between 60 and 80. 60 and 80. If I execute this line, it gives me those records of the students who got the marks between 60 and 80. Students with the marks with the 60 and 80. You can see the thing here. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct, Nagamani. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Okay. Yeah. So we can see that if you are using the query in this way, select all from students where marks between 60 and 80, then you'll find out those record who's got a marks between 60 and 30. Then after that, I am interested in to find out city in Pune or Mumbai. I want those records, city in Pune or Mumbai. So then how we are going to calculate that? Let's see. So here in this case, I'm just going to write select all from students, which is my table name, by the way, students, all from student, where city in Pune, comma, Mumbai. Okay. And if I execute this, it will give me those records of the students where they are living in Pune and Mumbai. Okay, or Mumbai, by the way. Yeah. You can see I'm getting two records. They're living in Pune and Mumbai. Yeah. So this is the thing, right? So after that, okay, let's understand is null and is not null. So now let's understand about this. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah. So now let's discuss about is null and is not null. Is not null. Sorry. So here I just want to know the names of the students. Student, okay. Student with no address. Students with no address. So as of now, if I write a query like select all from my table, which is nothing but students, if I run this line, it gives me those records, okay, entire records from my table, which is nothing but students. So as of now, you can see I'm having those records, only 2 records here as of now. Let me check whether I'm having it. Yeah. So I'm having 2 records for Deepak and Purvesh, where address is null here. Address is null here. You can see here. Address is null. So I just want to see those records. So I just want to see this records here. So now how we are going to see that? So in this case, I need to mention select all from my table, which is nothing but students where address is null, where address is null. Sorry, it's not null, it's month. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I think I just miss. Yeah. I need to rewrite this. Yeah. Address. Yeah. Select all from student where address is null. I think I missed something. Is this correct? Address.
Is null, sir. You mentioned in null.
Sorry?
You mentioned in null, sir. It is null.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for help. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, now it's correct. Thank you so much. Thank you for saving me. Yeah. Okay. So now once I execute this, you can see it give me those records where address is null. Address is null. Yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah. Address is null. Okay. Okay, fine. Padmavati. Mahita. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, people. Okay, fine. After that, so you can see it fetch me those records, which is address is null in that case, right? After that, I want to see the records of the students where address is present. Student with address. Students with address. Okay. How to see that? Let's see. In this case, I just need to write a query. Select all from table, which is nothing but students. Okay. Where address is not null. Okay. Once I execute this particular line, which will give me those records where address is present. It will give me those records where address is present. We can see here. Okay. Student with address, we can see that over here. Student with address, we can see that over here. Okay. So this is the thing. After that, let's discuss about the next part. Next thing. We can use it. Okay. It's all up to you, Krishna. Yeah. Okay, fine. After that, okay. After that, let's discuss about the case statement. Let's discuss about a case statement. Assign a grade based on mark. I'm going to assign, basically in this case, I'm going to assign a grades based on mark. Okay. So in this case, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to write a query, which is select name. As you can see, this is my table that I'm having, right? So let me read on this line. Okay, I'm having a students table where I'm having different records here. Now I want to find out if any students who got a marks greater than or equals to 80, then I need a grade it as distinction. A students who are having a marks greater than 60, then first class. Students who got a marks greater than equals to 40, pass. Otherwise, fail. Okay, I'm interested in to perform this one. If a students who are having a marks greater than 80, I'm going to assign them as a grade as a distinction. If a students who got a marks greater than or equals to 60, I'm going to assign a class it as first class. Students who got a marks greater than equals to 40, I'll just assign a class it as grade it as pass. Otherwise, fail. Otherwise, fail. So now let's assign this. Let's understand. Let's assign this. So as of now, I chose select name, comma marks, then comma, I'm going to consider case over here, case. In this case, I'm just going to mention when marks greater than equals to 80. Then assign grade it as distinction. If a student who got a marks greater than equals to 60, then assign class it as first class. If a student who got a marks greater than equals to 40, greater than equals to 40, then assign a class it as a pass or grade it as pass. Otherwise, else fail. Else assign a grade it as fail. Fail. This is the thing. Now, here I'm going to consider the, I'm just going to end this case, and as whichever thing that I mentioned here, I'm going to assign a aliasing name it as grade from my table, which is nothing but students. Okay. Yeah. Think I missed something here. Okay. What I miss here? Select name, marks. Okay. Name, mark, case. Everything is fine. When marks is greater than 10. Okay, greater than 80. Just allow me a quick second. What I miss here? Let me check it. Yes, Satish. Yeah, what do you think?
Your voice is not yet clear.
Sorry?
Your voice is not yet clear, sir.
Okay, it's clear to all. Just check your internet connection once. I
Sir,
think you are
remove
in,
the comma after marks.
on which line? This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Still, I'm having a thing, no? Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, that comma which making a problem for me. Okay, yeah. Now let me run this line. As of now, let me run this line. Yeah, you can see here. I just missed that comma over there. Thank you so much for reminding me that comma is necessary. Okay, anyhow, yeah. So now, as you can see, I'm getting a marks, I'm getting a names, marks, and grades here. Okay, so I use when marks is greater than 80, assign a grade it as a distinction. If the students who got a marks greater than 80, assign a class, the grade as a first class. Students who got a marks greater than 40, assign a class it as a or a grade it as a pass. Otherwise, assign a fail. Assign fail. This is the thing, right? So I hope this is a little bit clear to you. You need to write delete query in that case. Okay. Okay. You need to write that properly. We already discussed that. Okay. We already discussed that. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. So then after that, first of all, whenever you try to delete anything from the table, just disable the save mode and then try delete query, delete from the table name, assign a class where address, okay, where address is this much. Okay. Yeah. So then now let's discuss about view. We are having a time. Okay. So let's discuss about views now. Let's discuss about. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Maita. Yeah. Okay. So now let's discuss about view. Okay. Let's discuss about view. So basically, whenever you're going to consider view, view is nothing but virtual table. View is nothing but virtual table. It's nothing but virtual table. Virtual table. Okay. So now, like basically, view in a SQL is a virtual table that stores a query result without storing the actual data. Without storing the actual data. A view in a SQL is a virtual table that stores a query results without storing the actual data. That is the point. Okay. So now let's create a view. Okay, let's create a view here. So how to create a view? First of all, we need to create the table. We need to create a table. We need to insert some records into this, and then only we can create a view. So now let's create a table first. So I'm going to create a table, create table employee. I think I'm not so sure whether I'm having this tables in my wildcard database or not. Let me check. Yes, I'm having a employees table here. So I need to drop that first. Drop table name, which is nothing but employees. Okay. I just dropped this. Now I'm going to create the same table. Create table and table name. Okay. In this table, I'm going to assign features it as employees, employee ID, data type it as integer, then employee name, employee underscore name, data type it as varchar. Let's take a 20. Okay. Then assign a department, assign a new feature it as a department. Then department. After that, what we are going to do in this case, we know that department is a categorical data. So we need to use a varchar here. So I assign department as a varchar, and then I'm going to use a new feature it as salary, and here I'm going to use it as real, and then I'm going to close this table. Once I run this, now as of now we just created a table. We need to insert some records into the table. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert some record into my table. So we know that to insert into table, we need to use insert query and insert into table name, which is nothing but employees. Employees, okay, right. Employees. Then I need to mention all features here, right? Like I'm having an employee ID, so I'm just mentioning that here. Employee ID, employee name, then department, okay, then salary, okay, and for this I'm going to insert some values here. So after that I need to mention some records here. Employee ID as one. Let's take a name it as Raj. Okay. Then after Raj, I'm going to assign a department as IT here. Let's take a salary as 80,000. Second one, which is employee ID. Let's take an employee ID as 2. Employee name. Let's take an employee name it as Ajay. Let's take a department it as IT. Okay. Assign a number salary as 90,000. Then third record, sorry, third record, let's take Vijay here. Department as HR. Department as HR. Then salary 70,000. Then fourth record. Let's consider Mahita. Okay. Let's take a department as finance. Okay, randomly I'm choosing. Okay, by the yeah. Let's take a salary it as 80,000. Then fifth record, which belongs to any name that I'm having here. Okay. Let's take randomly Gopi. Okay. Department, let's take a department as I took already finance. Department, IT. Let's take IT. Okay. Let's take a salary, let's assign a salary it as 80,000. Okay. And that's it. Once I execute this, and after that, I'm going to retrieve the data from this table that I have, which is nothing but what was the table? Yeah, employees. I'm just retrieving the data from my table, which is I just choose select all from my table name, which is nothing but employees. Once I run this line, as of now, I'm getting a records like this, right? Getting a records like this. Now here, after that, I'm just going to create a virtual table. How to create a virtual table, how to create a view, let's understand that. I'm just going to create a view over here, creating a view. So now here, in this case, I'm just going to create a view it as create to write or to create a view, we need to use a function. After create, we need to mention a view. Okay, view of IT. I'm just going to mention view IT. View IT. View IT. I assign, and I'm going to assign a query for this, which is select employee ID, employee underscore ID, employee underscore name, then salary from my table name, which is nothing but employees, where department is equals to IT. Department is equals to IT. I think I miss. I think I need to change this one to E. Yeah. I think my spellings are correct here, right? So yeah, where department is equals to IT. Yeah, that's fine. So now once I create this, okay, once I create this, we just created the view. To check that whether we created the view in the proper way or not, we need to go into the database that you have. Then if you scroll that little bit down, okay, where other thing is, yeah, we are having a columns, that is fine. Okay. Yeah, see here we are having a views. Okay, we are having a view as a IT. You can see that here, right? We just created the virtual table in the database. I'm having a name of view, which is nothing but view IT. So now in this case, what I'm going to do here, after creating that, I can choose two things. This particular line, which will give me the records of all employees. Now, after that, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to retrieve the data from my view. Select all from my view name, which is nothing but view underscore IT. Okay. It will give me those records, those details of employees whose department as a IT. So once I execute that, it will give me the records of employees whose department is IT. Whose department is IT. If you want to verify that for a Raj, Ajay, and Gopi, let's select this one. Select all from employee Raj, Gopi. Okay. Just check for Raj. Raj is from IT, Ajay is from IT, and Gopi is also from IT. So we created a view which store only those records whose department is IT. Whose department is IT. Suppose I just want to create a new view. So I'm just going to create a new view. So create a view, and I'm going to create a view for HR. View for HR as select employee underscore IT. Sorry, employee underscore IT salary. I'm just copying this as of now. Okay. From employees where department is equals to HR. Where department is equals to HR. So once I execute that, if I just run this, sorry, if I execute this one, okay, wildcard, okay, fine. I think I missed few things. Create view. What do you think? Did I
Select
miss
the
it?
statement, sir.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Acha, okay, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Create view name, ID as select employee ID, employee name from employee where department. Yeah, let me write this, execute this again. Yeah.
Employees, sir. Mention
Employees, sir.
employee.
Acha, S. Okay, you're saying this right. S, right? Now it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So as of now, we just created the new view. Now to verify that, we need to refresh schemas. Once you refresh schemas, as of now, we are having a new view in view section. View name it as view underscore HR. This particular view, which store the details of employees whose department is HR. Whose department is HR. So now we created this view. Now we need to retrieve the data from this view. So we need to mention select all from my view name. My view name is view underscore HR. View underscore HR. So once I run this line, it give me those records whose department is HR. So I'm having only one record as of now of employee ID 3 of Vijay, who is working in HR department and whose salary is 70,000. This is the thing, right? Okay, thank you, Mahita. Yeah, thank you everyone for, yeah, okay. Yeah, just check your thing, okay. Just check your internet connection, Satish. Yeah. So this is about views, right? We discuss about views. Okay. And yeah, so this is all about views. So there are multiple things out there that we need to consider in views. So as you can see, it's almost 8:30. So as of now, it's like I'm having some sort of time bound here. Okay. So we'll discuss the next thing. Okay, we'll discuss the next topics in the next session. Tomorrow is the session. We are having a session on tomorrow. So don't miss that session kindly. And whichever the thing that we discuss, okay, whichever thing that we discuss, kindly practice that. Can just practice that, and then you'll get more clarity. We already discussed that delete function, right? I already discussed that. Just check your connection, no, Satish. Just check your. I'm audible, right, guys? Just anyone? I'm audible, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Sir,
You
who
can
will
see.
provide certificate, sir?
Sorry.
Who will provide certificate?
Who will?
Provide certificate, sir.
Uh,
Regarding this,
yeah. The
yes.
thing is, as of now, my team will provide you that. Okay. If you completed this thing, okay, this
Is
course.
there answer?
Yeah, my team will. I'm not the right person to answer this. Our team will help you to get a certificate. So yeah, so don't
Yes,
worry about the certificate. Just think about skills. Okay,
yes,
skills
sir.
matter a lot. Certificate is the just like a sheet. Okay,
Yes, sir.
just yeah, just understand the concept. Okay, practice a little bit. That's it. If you do that, no, definitely you can easily understand. There's no need to certificate in that case. If you ask me, yeah. Okay, then, yeah. Any question, any concern other than this, other than certification, other than anything? Yeah. Okay.
Sir, are the videos being posted in your channel?
Yes, we are providing you that. I think, yeah, we already posted the
No, sir,
channel
there is
link.
only live video during the session.
Okay, let
But
me
I didn't find
finish.
any videos of previous ones.
Yeah. Thing is, let me finish. Yeah, the thing is, if you search for a 360 digit MG, I'm just mentioning a channel link here. Just check this out. So
Yes,
whichever
sir.
the session that I covered till this point, those are available for you. Just go and watch those videos. Okay, if you miss any particular part, just go to that link. Okay, this is the link of our YouTube channel. Kindly watch it. Okay, okay, and you'll whichever doubt that you have, it's automatically gets clear. Okay, just go and please watch it. Yeah, that's it from mine, guys. Thank you for your time. So we are going to discuss the rest of the points into the next session. Yeah. Okay. That's it from mine, guys. That's it from mine. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Ishwar. Bye. Take care. Take care, everyone.